Imagine planning your dream vacation, only to discover that your destination is now off-limits. In 2025, geopolitical shifts and security concerns have led to certain countries becoming inaccessible to American travelers. In this video, we'll explore 10 countries where Americans are no longer permitted to visit, uncovering the reasons behind these restrictions and what they mean for your future travel plans. Number 1. Belarus. Once a hidden gem in Eastern Europe, Belarus is now off-limits for American travelers due to escalating geopolitical tensions and internal unrest. The U.S. government has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel advisory, citing serious concerns over the arbitrary enforcement of laws, politically motivated detentions, and growing instability. Since Belarus is a key ally of Russia, its deep involvement in the ongoing regional conflict has only worsened the situation, making it a risky destination for Americans. In recent months, several foreign nationals, including journalists and activists, have been detained under vague charges, raising alarms about the safety of U.S. visitors. Adding to the concern is Belarus's close coordination with Russian policies, particularly when it comes to cracking down on dissent and restricting foreign influence. The government under President Alexander Lukashenko has tightened its grip, imposing strict surveillance and limiting international access. Reports indicate that Americans traveling to Belarus for tourism, business, or even humanitarian efforts face potential exit bans, interrogations, and unwarranted detentions. With diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Belarus at an all-time low, there's little to no assistance available for U.S. citizens caught in legal or political disputes within the country. For those who once dreamed of exploring Belarus's medieval castles, picturesque countryside, and Soviet-era landmarks, 2025 is not the time to visit. The country remains a volatile hotspot, with increasing travel restrictions and heightened scrutiny of Western visitors. As tensions with NATO and Western nations continue to rise, Belarus has effectively closed its doors to American travelers, making it a destination to avoid until further notice. Number 2. Haiti. Despite being just a short flight from the U.S., Haiti has become one of the most dangerous destinations for American travelers in 2025. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel advisory, warning against extreme risks such as kidnappings, violent crime, and ongoing civil unrest. Over the past year, reports of gang-related violence, armed robberies, and abductions have surged, making it nearly impossible for visitors to move safely through the country. Foreigners, especially Americans, are often targeted for ransom, with criminal groups operating unchecked due to Haiti's weakened security forces. With law enforcement struggling to maintain order, even previously safe areas like Port-au-Prince and Cap Haitien have become increasingly volatile. Haiti's political instability has only worsened the crisis. The assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021 left the nation in turmoil, and since then, leadership struggles, mass protests, and violent clashes have crippled governance. Essential services, including healthcare and emergency response, are severely lacking, and the country continues to suffer from food shortages and economic hardship. The limited presence of U.S. diplomatic personnel in Haiti further complicates the situation, as the American embassy has drastically reduced its ability to assist citizens in distress. Even humanitarian workers and aid organizations have found it difficult to operate safely, as armed gangs control major roads and infrastructure. While Haiti is rich in culture, history, and natural beauty, the current reality makes it an unsafe destination for any traveler, let alone American tourists. The stunning beaches, vibrant Creole culture, and UNESCO-listed sites like Citadelle La Ferrière are overshadowed by the immediate risks of crime and civil unrest. With no signs of improvement in 2025, Americans are strongly advised to postpone any travel plans to Haiti until the country stabilizes and security conditions improve. Number 3. China. China may not be completely off limits to American travelers, but visiting the country in 2025 comes with significant risks. The U.S. State Department has issued warnings about the arbitrary enforcement of local laws, surveillance, and the possibility of wrongful detentions, making travel increasingly difficult. In recent years, several U.S. citizens have faced unexpected exit bans, preventing them from leaving the country due to vague national security concerns or unresolved business disputes. These restrictions, often imposed without warning, can leave travelers stranded for extended periods. Additionally, the strict monitoring of foreign visitors, including limitations on communication, online activity, and movement, has raised concerns among those considering a trip to China. Adding to the complexity is the ongoing tension between Washington and Beijing, which has led to a deterioration in diplomatic relations. Trade disputes, espionage allegations, and heightened political friction have fueled a climate of uncertainty, affecting everything from visa policies to business operations. U.S. citizens working in China, particularly journalists and executives, have reported increased scrutiny, and some have even faced detainment over politically sensitive issues. Meanwhile, China's ever-evolving health and security protocols have added another layer of unpredictability. Sudden lockdowns, health screenings, and digital tracking requirements have made travel logistics frustrating and, at times, restrictive. Despite its rich cultural heritage, stunning landscapes, and world-famous landmarks like the Great Wall and Forbidden City, China is no longer the accessible destination it once was for American tourists. Travelers must remain highly cautious, especially when engaging in social media, discussing sensitive topics, or conducting business in the country. While not an outright ban, the risks associated with travel to China in 2025 make it a destination that many Americans may choose to avoid until conditions improve. Number 4. Myanmar. Myanmar, a country once celebrated for its breathtaking landscapes, ancient temples, and rich cultural heritage, has become a dangerous and unstable destination for American travelers in 2025. Since the military coup in 2021, the nation has been in a state of turmoil, with ongoing armed conflicts, violent crackdowns, and widespread civil unrest. The U.S. State Department has designated Myanmar as a Level 4 do not travel destination, citing wrongful detentions, government surveillance, and unpredictable military actions. For tourists, what was once an opportunity to explore sites like Bagan's ancient pagodas or Inle Lake's floating villages now presents severe risks, with foreigners often caught in the crossfire of escalating tensions. The situation has worsened as resistance groups and pro-democracy forces clash with the military regime, resulting in frequent airstrikes, street violence, and enforced disappearances. Several foreign nationals, including journalists and aid workers, have been detained under vague charges of espionage or violating Myanmar's strict censorship laws. With limited diplomatic support and U.S. officials advising against all travel, Americans face significant challenges if they attempt to enter the country. Even major cities like Yangon and Mandalay, once bustling hubs of tourism, have seen a dramatic decline in safety, with reports of increased checkpoints, arbitrary arrests, and media blackouts. Beyond the security risks, Myanmar's infrastructure has suffered greatly, making even essential travel risky. Frequent power outages, economic instability, and food shortages have left the country in crisis, and healthcare facilities are overwhelmed, offering little support for travelers in need. The once thriving tourism sector has collapsed, and with no clear resolution in sight, Myanmar remains an unsafe and volatile place for American visitors in 2025. For now, the stunning landscapes and golden temples of Myanmar will have to wait until peace and stability are restored. Number 5. Russia. Russia, once a destination known for its grand historical landmarks, rich cultural heritage, and vast natural beauty, has become one of the most dangerous and restrictive places for American travelers in 2025. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel Advisory, warning of the risks associated with wrongful detentions, surveillance, and politically motivated arrests. As tensions between Washington and Moscow continue to escalate, American citizens are at an increased risk of being detained under vague espionage or national security charges. This has become a growing concern, especially following high-profile cases where Westerners have been arrested and used as political leverage. Beyond the legal risks, the ongoing war in Ukraine has further fueled instability, leading to increasing anti-American sentiment within Russia. Government-controlled media frequently portrays the West as hostile, creating an environment where foreigners, especially Americans, may face harassment, discrimination, or travel restrictions within the country. Additionally, with sanctions affecting Russia's economy, access to essential services like international banking, communication platforms, and even medical assistance has become unpredictable for foreign visitors. Many international businesses have also withdrawn from the country, making travel logistics more challenging than ever. For those who once dreamed of visiting Moscow's Red Square, St. Petersburg's grand palaces, or the stunning landscapes of Siberia, the reality in 2025 is far from welcoming. Air travel options are limited, foreign credit cards no longer function in many places, and communication restrictions continue to tighten. With growing concerns over personal safety and diplomatic tensions showing no signs of easing, traveling to Russia is simply not worth the risk. Until conditions improve, Americans are strongly advised to avoid visiting Russia, as even the most innocent trip could turn into a dangerous ordeal. Number 6. North Korea. North Korea remains one of the most isolated and dangerous destinations for American travelers, despite reopening its borders to other Western tourists in 2025 after years of strict lockdowns. The U.S. government continues to enforce a total travel ban, citing severe risks of arbitrary detention, forced labor, and political exploitation. This prohibition, first implemented in 2017 after the tragic case of Otto Warmbier, has been renewed annually as tensions between Pyongyang and Washington persist. Foreigners who violate North Korean laws, even unintentionally, face extreme punishments, and the lack of U.S. diplomatic presence makes securing assistance nearly impossible. While travelers from other countries may now explore the mysterious landscapes of North Korea, for Americans, it remains a destination that is strictly off-limits and fraught with danger. Number 7. Iran. Iran, a country renowned for its ancient history, breathtaking architecture, and vibrant culture, has become an increasingly dangerous destination for American travelers. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel Advisory, warning of arbitrary detentions, espionage accusations, and the absence of diplomatic protections for U.S. citizens. In recent years, multiple foreign nationals, including Americans, have been wrongfully imprisoned under vague security charges, often used as bargaining chips in geopolitical conflicts. With ongoing tensions between Tehran and Washington, the risk of travel has never been higher, and even routine visits for tourism or business could result in serious legal consequences. While Iran's Persian wonders continue to attract visitors from other parts of the world, for Americans, it remains a high-stakes and potentially life-threatening destination in 2025. Country 8. Venezuela. Venezuela, once a paradise of lush rainforests, stunning Caribbean coastlines, and vibrant culture, has now become one of the most dangerous places for American travelers. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel advisory, citing extreme risks such as violent crime, political instability, and the arbitrary detention of U.S. citizens. In recent months, the Maduro regime has intensified its crackdown on foreign nationals, with Americans increasingly being detained on espionage and terrorism charges, often used as political bargaining tools. Widespread economic collapse, food shortages, and a deteriorating healthcare system have further worsened conditions, making it nearly impossible for visitors to ensure their safety. While Venezuela's breathtaking natural beauty remains undeniable, the current reality is one of severe instability and unpredictable danger, making it a country that Americans should strictly avoid in 2025. Country 9. Afghanistan. Afghanistan, once a land of breathtaking landscapes and deep historical significance, is now one of the most dangerous destinations for American travelers in 2025. Since the Taliban regained control, the country has been plagued by ongoing armed conflict, extremist activity, and lawlessness, making it an incredibly high-risk location. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel advisory, warning of the constant threat of terrorism, kidnappings, and arbitrary detentions with foreigners, especially Americans, at significant risk of being targeted. The absence of U.S. diplomatic presence further complicates matters, as there is little to no assistance available in case of emergencies. While Afghanistan's ancient ruins, rugged mountains, and Silk Road heritage remain an undeniable part of world history, the reality today is that it is one of the most perilous and unstable places for U.S. citizens to visit. Number 10. Libya. Libya, once known for its Mediterranean coastline and ancient Roman ruins, has become one of the most unstable and dangerous countries in the world, making it strictly off-limits for American travelers in 2025. The U.S. State Department has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel advisory, warning of widespread armed conflict, terrorism, violent crime, and the risk of kidnapping, particularly targeting foreign nationals. Since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, Libya has remained in a state of civil war, with rival factions controlling different parts of the country, making law enforcement nearly non-existent. Extremist groups, militias, and human traffickers operate freely, and even major cities like Tripoli and Benghazi are unsafe due to frequent bombings, violent clashes, and kidnappings. With no functioning U.S. embassy and a lack of reliable medical or emergency services, Libya remains a high-risk war zone, making it one of the most dangerous places for American travelers in 2025. As global tensions rise and security conditions change, it's more important than ever for travelers to stay informed and prioritize safety. While the world is full of incredible destinations, some places have become too dangerous or politically unstable for American visitors in 2025. Whether due to geopolitical conflicts, crime, wrongful detentions, or civil unrest, these countries present serious risks that no traveler should take lightly. Before planning any trip abroad, always check the U.S. State Department's travel advisories, stay updated on global events, and ensure you have the right precautions in place. Your safety should always come first. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on travel advisories, safe destinations, and everything you need to know before your next adventure. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.